Hey everybody, welcome back to Frontier Mentality. So we are discussing hygiene today. I'm going to give you the basic rundown and then I'm going to give you the alternatives to it because redundancy in everybody's everyday household stuff can be stretched across the board and can really save you a lot of money. So we're going to do your toothbrushes, your toothpaste, your floss or your floss picks, and then we're going to do the alternative. So toothbrushes. It is suggested that you get 4 to 5 per person for a year because each season, winter, spring, summer, fall. That's 4 there. And then the 5th one is during usually winter season because you get sick and you need to throw stuff away, especially if you get strep. So try to have 5 per person, put up in your bathroom, put it under your kitchen or your bathroom cabinet, and it will be fine. Toothpaste. Usually for one person, 1 tube can last you 6 months to a year, depending on how much you put on your toothbrush, right? So I would suggest when you open that new tube of toothpaste, write a date down somewhere. Usually a calendar works well, or put it in your phone. And then go back and see when you open it to when you finished it. And then times that by within a year that you need. The floss and the picks, self-explanatory, you do that every day, so 365. Okay, the alternative, I'm giving you 2 because you can, actually I'm giving you 3. Yeah, 3. Unless you're allergic to one of the oils, so. You can switch to buying baking soda and brushing your teeth with it. This little box is still under might be right at $1. You can buy the 15-pound bags, or even I think it's a 3 or 4 pound box. It's usually found in your detergent aisle, because we do use this when we wash clothes. But I have it in the big box. I just had a little box in the refrigerator to show. Okay, so if you get coconut oil, if you're cooking with it and you're not allergic, then you're going to want a teaspoon of it. Put it in your mouth, and then you're going to swish, 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 for as long as you can stand to do it. They recommend between 15 to 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I've only gotten to 10 myself because I get bored. I get so bored doing it. So usually I try to do that at least twice a week. And but I do often use baking soda mixed with coconut oil, mix it together. And what I do is I put it on a double boiler and I melt my coconut oil, and I put maybe, depends on the container, 1 to 2 tablespoons of baking soda. I mix it real well with the oil, and then I seal it, and then I have it to brush my teeth on. Just make sure you're spitting it down the sink, and if you swallow it, it is not going to hurt you because baking soda can be taken internally to help with heartburn. So just a little disclaimer there. But if you're allergic to coconut oil, the other oil that was highly recommended is sesame seed oil. These 2 oils are used what's called the blue zone, where people live to be in their hundreds, upper 90s to hundreds. And this is how they brush their teeth. And it's without the baking soda. They just do the mouth pull. And when you're doing the mouth pull, then the swishing, it is going through all of your teeth. So you don't need dental floss. And you don't need to brush it because they both whiten your teeth and they kill bacteria in your mouth. So you don't even need mouthwash. So if you're cooking with sesame seed oil or coconut oil, buy enough to brush your teeth with or to swish. All right, hair care. You need brushes, combs, hair picks, whatever you need for your body. Now, the shampoo and conditioner, different studies, and they fluctuate because some shampoos and conditioners are now putting oils or into their products. So some oils do go rancid faster. So they were saying it could be 5 years. It could only be 2 years. So what's an alternative to this? This is a Zote soap. It's a type of Castile soap. I also have it in liquid form. This is plant-based Castile soap, and it is peppermint. You can do any scents that you like, or you can do zero if you just like the clean smell. And this is probably about 2 inches thick and probably 5 inches long. You can just take it, and little goes a long way. That's what we like about the Castile. Oh, fixing to sneeze, please don't. So how can you, so that's washing your hair. And if anybody in a pinch just wash your hair with soap, you know it feels dry or whatever. This is better than any conditioner on the market. Either you can use either apple cider vinegar or you can use white vinegar, but no more than 5% for your hair. And I'm buying 5% anyways for my canning and food preservation. So I usually use a half a cup. And I have gotten where I tried to wash my hair only once a week. Sometimes in the summer I have to wash it more than that because of sweat. But less is more. I did research on washing hair. Years from the 1900s, they used to wash their hair once a week. And they would use ivory and vinegar. And when they said hair day, and they'll say, well, if they're trying to dodge a boy, well, I'm washing my hair that day. It was a process. You wash your hair, you use the vinegar, and then you could use scented essential oils to help your hair smell whatever. And drying your hair back then took all day unless you had really fine hair. So let's jump back to the 1800s. They maybe washed their hair once a month. And it was still a process. In women's hair in Victorian times up to the peasants' times was much longer than what women wear their hair now. Some women still wear their hair beautifully long, and kudos to them for being able to grow their hair so long and beautiful. But it was a thing. If they were washing their hair, it was an all-day thing. So, versus now, you take a shower, you blow dry your hair, you style your hair, and voila, you're just out the door within an hour or so. Okay, small little history there. So face, oh, boop, boop, boop. I almost got ahead of myself. Deodorant. Whatever you buy, you know what you like, right? But if you need an alternative, what can you do? cornstarch, and baking soda. You mix it equal parts. It's usually a half a cup of this and a half a cup of that. You mix it in a bowl well. Then you get a old but clean sock. Usually when you're washing clothes, everybody loses one sock and I never know what happened to it. So you take that one sock that's left, pour the baking soda and cornstarch down in it, knot it off, and dust. You can put it in a Ziploc bag, take it to work, and to me it works just as good, if not better, than the over-the-counter deodorants. Okay, face wash and face creams and whatnot. So we're going to go over that one. Your Castile soaps, your Zote soaps, your Napa, your plant-based ones. I think that Dr. Boone, he has some. That's just the name of a thing. But anywho, you can use that. You can wash your face. You can use grapeseed oil on your face if you feel like it's too dry. And it's better for your skin than almost all the other products on the market. I'm kind of a little bit biased on this. You can also use the MCT oil of coconut oil that's already in liquid form if you choose to. They're both safe products to put on your body because you can internally take them. Okay, 2019, the toilet paper crisis. This was in high commodity or scarcity. People were afraid that they weren't going to get to wipe their bums. So, like all good people, when it was out at the store, I bought a box from Amazon. I only have a few of these left because that big box lasted me almost a year. I think I got 365. And I try to keep a supply going all the time. Nobody ever wants to be without toilet paper because the alternative is. And we all have it. T-shirts, any cotton t-shirts that you have stained. Speaking of, this has a stain right here. It's fixing to go in the rag pile. You would cut it up into, I usually do it 5 by 5 and cut them up and then have a basket full of them for backup purposes. I usually just use them for cleaning my windows with the vinegar and whatnot. But you can use them for toilet paper. So how would you do that and not be grossed out about it? Well, looking back to the outhouse stage, and one of my neighbors said that his mom had red and white. White was for the number 1 and red was for number 2. And they had a soap bucket that they kept out in the outhouse, and they put it down in all together. His mom had like a stick that she had put down in a hole that they drilled through the bucket, and they would swish it around, make sure everything got coated in the soap. And once a week, she would wash the pre-soaked wipes for her family, and then air dried them on the clothesline and refolded them and put them back in the outhouse for her family. That was an interesting story and a very good idea to have it in 2 different colors for your family if needed. All right, now we're going to ladies' hygiene. So period underwear, they make them, they're 95% cotton, 5% spandex. The spandex is usually found in the waist, so it stays on your person. These also are used now for women who have accidental leaks when they cough, sneeze, or laugh too hard. You can have these and they're reusable, so you're not having to buy the Depends underwear, and they're much, much more flattering under your clothes. Okay, there was the Lily cups, reusable. They're made out of silicone that's safe for your body. Dump it out, reuse, and go on about your day. If you're not wanting to buy the sanitary pads or tampons because it gets expensive. And then ladies, also yeast medicine. You know how many times you get that? There is an alternative to it per se. You can use coconut oil and kind of make your own concoction with it. I've seen where they put like a little bit of tea tree oil and coconut, mix it, and then they freeze it into little, and you know the rest. Does it work? I don't know. I have never tried it. I just always try to look for alternatives if I can. The tea tree helps fight infections, so that's why they use it. And then coconut also helps with germs and bacteria. Now the AZOs packets, they have them for yeast. It's a pill, it's a probiotic that can help that you take during this time period. Same for the cranberry. If you got a urinary tract infection, you might want to take some of those and add that to your hygiene prep list. All right, everybody, please stay safe, please get ready, and please get prepared. World's going crazy.